Hi, I'm Nick, and I like comics.
And I'm Adam, and I know comics.
Welcome to another episode of Imperius Arcs, where we cover story arcs and other comic-related tidbits to better inform and nerdify the world.
Today we are talking about the Secret Wars issues 5 through 8.
Spoilers, they suck.
They're some of the worst comics I have ever read.
They are so bad that I wouldn't even read them.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Hey, I do all the editing.
So what?
All right, let's just dive right in.
Issue 5 begins with the Galactus base looming over the entire alien-crafted planet. The X-Men also see the giant base hovering over them.
Back at Doom Base, the villains are still fighting each other when they notice Galactus base in the sky as well, and Enchantress tries to convince Doom to let her heal him of his facial scarring. Doom said, "Be gone!"
The heroes attempt to speak to Galactus, both the X-Men and Avengers alike, but Galactus essentially ignores them. He sends a minion of his to fight them because he couldn't be bothered by such lowly insects. The heroes fight and then defeat Galactus' pet and are immediately attacked by a crew of villains when
the X-Men join the fight, forming a pincer attack on the villains. Turns out all of this causes enough of a distraction to even Galactus that Doom is able to sneak aboard Galactus' giant base. The wrecking crew proceeds to beat Colossus within an inch of his life when Cyclops lets out a giant optic blast to knock them all away. They then retreat by teleporting, thanks to the Enchantress.
the X-Men leave Colossus behind in the hopes that the Avengers could help him. Great team. Thankfully, that native woman that the Human Torch has been kissing on can basically heal anyone magically. The issue ends with Doom sneaking around the base of Galactus.
Issue 6 opens with the Wasp failing to fly a ship she commandeered and crashing it into a swamp where she actually helps the Lizard with an injury. How nice of her. Back at Galactus base, Doom finds a machine that starts to vibrate when he touches the panel, and strangely, his old ally Claw appears from thin air sounding like a crazy person.
Next, Professor Xavier attempts to psychically eavesdrop on the villains, but is mentally confronted by the Enchantress, taunting him that his power is a joke. He does, however, ascertain that some villains are headed to a volcano, so he dispatches Cyclops, Wolverine, and Rogue to observe them. Storm, technically the current leader of the X-Men, is not happy about this.
Nope. Captain America is drawing up plans for an attack on Galactus, while the Hulk is starting to get angry and hit something.
At the time, the Hulk has some banner in him, and so he isn't just dumb, he's just angry Hulk.
Right. So Cyclops, Wolverine, and Rogue decide to disobey Professor Xavier's orders and attack the villains at the volcano. They fight, and Cyclops covers their escape by blasting into the volcano, causing it to erupt.
Back at the swamp, the Wasp and the Lizard are trying to have a conversation when they are rudely interrupted by the wrecking crew driving a giant tank. Oh, and they shoot the Wasp through the chest with a laser and she dies. No big deal.
She dies? This ticks the Lizard off since they just became friends, but the wrecking crew doesn't care and they load him up and drive away. The last page of issue 6 shows the Avengers gawking at Galactus' planet-killing machine being almost complete when we see a dark and menacing figure lurking. End of the issue.
It's the new Spider-Woman all the way from Colorado. The wrecking crew rolls in, shooting, and tosses the Wasp's lifeless body onto the road. They drive away and She-Hulk proposes. They retaliate, but no one goes for it.
The scene changes to Cyclops mentally reporting back to Professor X when he sends him to pursue Doom's task force. Back at the villain's base, Molecule Man is pretty injured, and Volcana is whining about it a lot.
The X-Men attack them. Wolverine cuts off Absorbing Man's arm in the least gruesome scene I've ever witnessed when it comes to dismemberment, and the villains escape thanks to Volcana's blasts.
The scene changes to Doom at Galactus base, frantically searching for some means to defeat Galactus or the Beyonder. At the same time, Galactus noticed the volcano's exploding and realized he must repair the planet before devouring it. Then he notices Doom in his base and expels the anomaly. He is not gentle.
Back at Doom Base, the villains fight each other some more when they are suddenly attacked by a vengeful She-Hulk. They beat her senseless, and a battered, defeated Doom crawls to a bed, saying it is over. Finished.
Back with the heroes, Professor X psychically informs Cap that they will keep an eye on Galactus so that they can go kick some butt. That's the end of issue 7.
Issue 8 is infamous for being the first appearance of the Venom symbiote and that funky stance Spider-Man strikes on the cover. Definitely in the vein of the king of rock and roll himself.
Elvis? Okay. So the Avengers fly in there and deliver some sweet, sweet justice. They knock out some of the villains, and once again, the Thing turns back into normal old Ben Grimm. At which point, he and Hawkeye are confronted by the currently crazed Claw and Lizard. So what do? They sit down and play a game of patty cake?
Absolutely. That's one way to handle them. At least we finally get to really see Spider-Man deliver some punishment here against Titania. Cap and the Torch are then attacked by Ultron, and Torch goes full Nova on him, spending the last of his fiery energy. Cap then prepares to fight Doom, but sees he's a man truly broken.
The Avengers then put all of their wounded in fancy healing tubes, and miraculously the Wasp is brought back from the dead, thanks to the village healer lady. Spider-Man finds what he thinks is a magic machine that makes clothing when he gets covered in a new black suit that looks exactly like the new Spider-Woman suit.
Finally, the issue ends with Professor Xavier exclaiming that Galactus is devouring the planet.
Oh no! The suspense! I just can't take it!
I just want it to be over. Please, bear with us. We have 4 more issues to cover in 1 more episode. So if you like what we do, please subscribe to our channel.
And follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. And until next time, I will be trying to survive the mess that is this story.